This has got thrust bearing inside. This is all on bearings and it's tight and it's indexed with the thing here. T-slots I ordered. This T-slot I ordered, and I made this little block on my milling machine with this big long T-slot to slide in and out of it. That's a Diablo blade right there. These T-slots are on top of metal runners. They're aluminum that fit underneath. The curious thing about this is that other people that have built these, and I watched about 1,000 people that built these sleds, is this piece right here, this back piece, has to be exactly perpendicular to your saw blade and also up and down this way. So what I did, this is a U-channel, it's architectural grade U-channel, it's aluminum. I put it on my milling machine and I cut this surface flat to this surface that goes against the sled. And then I cut this surface, planed that off flat. And this, and this are exactly 90 degrees from the milling machine. I didn't worry about the one back there because it doesn't matter, that's just a backstop. But this one, all three surfaces on this one are machined. Now, to get it square, you have to secure it at one end and move the other end in and out to get this and this exactly square. So I watched all those guys that were doing it. They do the 5-cut method to get the thing dialed in. And then once they set it in, it's set for good. And if it ever gets out for any reason, they got to take this thing off, throw it away, and do another one. Well, I kept thinking there's got to be a way to make that thing adjustable. So what I did, there's a screw right here. Now this is MDF and it's all cut, and these are threaded inserts that are in it that you can screw into from the top. Okay, so inside each of these little slots, there's a screw, and there's one of these guys underneath. Now, these are slotted slightly. I think they got like a 1/4 inch slot back and forth. So you loosen all of these across here, leave this one secure, loosen all of these, and this thing you can move this way or that way just a little, and enough to dial the thing in. And then you loosen, you got to take this piece of wood off right here. This is oak. You got to take this piece of wood off so you can get to those screws under there and loosen those screws up. And then this thing right here, you can move back and forth. You get the thing dialed in, and then you snug those screws back up, and you only have to do that one time. So, and these are little aluminum 1/4-20 T-bolt or T-nuts that I made. I made those on my mill too to put in there. And I've cut up to 1.5 inch aluminum on this thing perfectly. I'll show you one. I think I've got it over here. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if you can see that surface or not, but that was cut on this saw. That was milled on the milling machine. But all of these other edges were cut. Well, this is on the milling machine too. But these were cut on this saw. And it had done a fabulous job. So, and it's just an old Craftsman table saw. I've had this thing probably 30 years. And it's got the Exacta-Cut fence on it and all that happy stuff. And it works great. But this is 3/4 inch MDF, this right here. I milled a slot at it on my milling machine. Milled a slot on the milling machine. And this guy right here, when I put this on here first to get it to slide in and out on the rails on the table saw, the blade was down deep into it. And then I raised the blade into it and cut that slot. And that slot is maybe about 5/1000ths wider on either side than the blade. So measuring from the slot to the edge of wherever I want to cut works well. So, and this is just a little cheap ruler scale with adhesive back that I ordered from eBay for cheap. It came from China. And it works pretty well. And this little piece of aluminum I made also on my mill. But it works.